What is the difference between this yellow and that yellow? One looks like It's boring, it's lifeless, and it's undefined. I want to show you a way that can make your yellow be very enjoyable to watch. Enjoyable? Is this even a word? Apparently it is, I just looked it up. Anyway, to show you the whole process, let's speedrun the first steps. I painted it with dark silver, washed the silver, put on some Vallejo's black into the still wet wash to darken it down even further and wait for it to dry. After that I start with a brown, a good foundation for what I'm going to do. I personally like to use Vallejo's color range, but to give some other examples, dried bark or rhinoxide should work as well at this step. And I also like to use an older brush for this because I'm going to stipple quite a lot for this. While it's still wet, I go on with burnt red, a red like brown that is slightly translucent. I just make sure not to cover the entire thing again and let some of the dark rust, especially in the recesses, showing, to get some nice definition of color here. And now I come to a very defining part. I go on with stippling some parasite brown onto the outer corners of the surfaces, and the closer I get to the center, the more burnt red I am adding, to get something like an orangey color towards the center of the surfaces. I slowly add some moon yellow into it. Since especially bright yellows are more or less always translucent colors, I have to do this step like 2 times to get a full coverage. By the way, this technique works for small and big miniatures as well. Let's take a moment to thank my amazing Patreons who make the show and the videos possible. If you are also interested to get access to my Discord server, behind the scenes material and be way ahead on what's to come here, feel free to check it out and also earn my eternal gratitude for it. But back to the show. With a stippling motion or technique, however you want to call it, we evade one of the difficulties of painting yellow. As I just said, yellows are more or less translucent or transparent colors, so they are always affected by the color that lays underneath. That also makes it difficult building up a consistent coverage over a large surface. Which also looks very strange, to be honest. So let's best evade that right from the start with giving a brownish or orangey undertone. With an undertone of such hue we can achieve a very vibrant looking yellow, as it is the play between the dark and bright yellow tones that make it look alive. Since yellow is already a pretty bright color, it is hard to get even brighter without losing its properties. I like to edge highlight it with Elfic Flash, which is precisely what I'm doing here. It rounds everything up, makes it more defined and ties the entire thing together. If you are also interested in some quick OSL and weathering, stay on board. I started with a Bussel turquoise and wet blended myself up with turquoise and white. Just carefully mixed into each other, slowly getting brighter the closer I get to the light source itself, ending on a pure white. Also, since blue is very close of being the complementary color to yellow, one can achieve a natural focus point since the human eyes or brains are programmed to like these color combinations. The more you know. For a quick and easy weathering, I can use the same browns I used for the yellow undertone. I just water it down to a shade-like consistency and paint it very roughly near towards the recesses. With this weathering we can create a sense of realism and adding depth to the miniature, which also makes the mini more dynamic as well. Also, we are improving on the, in quotes, storytelling here since the yellow is also dirty. So in short, it just completes the overall look of the rapier. Don't forget to paint the marine's eyes, repeating the process. For making the miniature in general more defined, I use an old brush and carefully stipple a bright silver onto the edges of the weapon's casing. I haven't painted the tracks yet because I don't know if I should base these little tankies or not. What do you say? Should I base them or leave them unbased? And with these final words, I am going to say thanks a lot for watching. I hope you gathered some more knowledge on how to build up color, and we are going to see each other in the next one.